The blind janitor at the gym was just sweeping the floor. He overheard two people playing table tennis nearby and immediately figured out one player was strong on the backhand but weak on the forehand, so he told the man to add some spin to his serve to target the opponent's forehand side. But the man said, "What does a blind guy know about ping pong?" and told him to just sweep the floor quietly. Yet when the man was about to serve, he thought maybe the blind guy had a point, so he followed the advice and added some spin. Surprisingly, the opponent missed the return, and the ball flew off the table. No one expected the flying ball to shoot straight toward the blind janitor at high speed in that split second. They watched as the blind man returned the high-speed ball into the basket using only his sense of hearing. The man finally realized the blind janitor was no ordinary person. Turns out he used to be a world champion in para-table tennis, but after defeating his strongest rival, he was ambushed on the way home, severely injured, and his eyes were gouged out by men sent by his opponent. Ever since the once world champion vanished, and a blind beggar started rummaging through trash on the street one day while looking for food in a trash can, he was attacked by other beggars. Luckily, he was saved by a woman passing by who happened to be the owner of a table tennis gym to repay her kindness. He offered to work as the janitor at her gym day after day. He quietly cleaned the place until one day the woman rushed into the gym in a panic and asked all customers to leave immediately. Then she gathered all the coaches and players into the office for a meeting. She took out a stack of bank cards from a drawer and placed them on the table, announcing the gym would officially close. Starting today, the cards were severance payments for everyone, because a traitor who was kicked out of the gym years ago held a grudge. He was now coming back with a provincial champion to challenge their gym. If they lost, they would have to hand over ownership on the spot. She knew her team couldn't beat a provincial champ, so she prepared everything in advance, hoping they'd leave and find better paths. But the players, who had followed her for years, refused to abandon her, and the gym, touched by their loyalty, she still didn't want to drag them into trouble and insisted they take the money and go. Finally, she gave a special bank card to the blind janitor, saying once the gym closed, he'd have the hardest time surviving, and begged him to accept it. Thinking of the woman's past kindness, the blind man didn't want to just stand by, but he still took the card. This move sparked outrage from the others. They scolded him for being ungrateful. Even the coach got angry and tried to beat him up, but the woman stopped them, saying the money was something he deserved. Just then, the traitor arrived with his team to challenge the gym. The woman led her team to face them. The traitor didn't waste time. He laid down the rules right away as long as someone from the gym could beat his player. He'd admit defeat the senior student couldn't accept that, and volunteered to go first, but he clearly wasn't. A match for the provincial champion, he couldn't even return a single serve, losing 11-0. The coach knew the student had tried his best, so he stepped up to fight next. At first he could keep up for a few rounds, but the blind man could tell from the sounds that the opponent was stalling, deliberately draining the coach's energy. Sure enough, the coach's paddle was knocked from his hand, and when he picked it up, he found his wrist had gone numb from the last hit. He had no choice but to